anything happens to her, anything at all, I swear to you, I will get very choked up.
It's okay to leave them to die.
If you're gonna have a science fiction movie, then have a hovercraft chase, for God's sake. I mean, come on.
Honestly, there could be tears.
The trick to science fiction is that you have to believe what you're seeing. And some of it can be as distancing as humanly possible, and some of it can be, normal and lived in with just a twist.
I think we dropped our fuzzy dice back here.
The mule skiff chase was probably our most technically challenging sequence in the entire film.
Initially, what everyone had been imagining was we would have something on wheels, and then we would bring visual effects in to take out the wheels and put in the grass and the ground beneath it.
We built several rigs that allowed us to take our mule and hold it far over the edge of our highway.
We'd drive on the road and film the mule going over the grass so that we could see below it, because if you can't see below it, then hovercraft chase is boring. We did a computer-animated version of the entire mule skiff chase so that we could all sit down and say, okay, we want that feeling of being there, that down and dirty feeling. You want to go, ugh, their car sucks. They're going to get caught.
Faster, faster, faster will be better! What was really cool was seeing how Joss shot it. And you see Adam Baldwin just grabbing onto stuff as he starts sliding sideways, and then you can see everyone reacting like they're holding on. It was really cool to be able to see the work we did in the previs directly relate, and Joss liked it enough that he tied that directly into how he was shooting his live action work.
So they boogie out of there, just when the coast is clear and we're almost through, and all of a sudden,
They're closing on us!
Serenity comes down from the sky and sweeps up the mule, and as it's lifting off into the air, the skiff is going to collide with the bottom of Serenity itself.
This is not your gazillion-dollar budget movie. We had to keep things practical as much as humanly possible, and then when we went to digital, not feel, look, it's the digital shot. And now back to our story.
This is the effects team that most understands that of any effects team that I've seen. They're not looking to show off the cool things they can do. They're looking to help Joss tell story.
The hell? It's okay. I'm a leaf on the wind. What does that mean?
the post-production process begins during pre-production because we are doing all 3D shots on Serenity. What that means is storyboard, previs, model, texture, animate, light, comp. And that process is a long process that involves many, many people, 127 on our crew. We have another crew at Illusion Arts that's working on our crash sequence. We have another crew at Rhythm and Hues, and we have another crew at PMP. So we have many, many crews basically working on making every single frame of this movie about the story.
What was that? Did you see that?
When we did big CGI composites, we made sure that as much of it was real as humanly possible. Restrictions are great because they make you more imaginative. They make you rethink things. They make you not do the obvious. Because of the time constraints of the movie, we took the generator room sequence as a whole and gave it to Rhythm and Hues. The work they did there was invaluable. And you ask them for a ham sandwich and they're bringing you a pig. I mean, they'll always give you too much.
They basically came to us with a big green hole and would fill it with something big and scary and cool. So we had the freedom to have fun with it and build this big, cool thing. One of the things that we did in the end, as Mal steps on each one of those plates, we actually add just a little bit of rocking so it doesn't feel rock solid. It was something that I felt strongly about getting in, just to really integrate the actors into our computer-generated environment. And the first time we showed that at Film Dailies, Josh goes, "F***ing awesome." And okay, that's I've done my job. When the director says "f***ing awesome," you've done your job.
It's so cool to see an audience react to something that's fresh and interesting and entertaining, and that's what we're here to do it for.
For example, when Serenity gets through the battle between the Reavers and the Alliance and then gets EMP'd, the tailspin.
In the script it says they get EMP'd and they lose power. What else can we do? You know, what else would be interesting? Well, you know what's really cool is when you see those air show footage, reels where, you see, an accident that's happened and you've got a documentary camera on the ground and you'll see the camera operator just widen out because he wants to not miss it because it's a telephoto lens and he's trying to see it and you can't really see it. So when Serenity got hit, we know it's lost its power, but then widened way out, have Serenity almost come to a stop and we realize, oh no, it's falling from the sky.
It makes a huge difference to be able to do that previs work ahead of time instead of doing it just afterward, because you're able to tie that stuff together so much better. It's how to move the camera around, how to shake it, and just make it look that much more real.
They showed me, look, we thought what if it's doing this like a jet would, and when shot, everybody falling and spinning and holding on because that thing it was gut-wrenching to watch, just as a little previs effect without any actor.
That's what our day-to-day job is just to kind of work together and to bring the story to the big screen.
The audience comes in knowing they're going to be immersing themselves in a new world. They're going to be open to that. So they're going to be looking for those visual clues and those things that say, this is what the world is in the future.